Hello, happy Memorial
Hey.
Day. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. Rested, relaxed.
I love it. I hope everyone's having an amazing Memorial Day weekend
Yes.
and amazing Memorial Day. Before we get started, we just want to say thank you to everyone who has served our country and is still serving and for everything they've done for us because we would not be here without you guys. So I'm celebrating this day. Yvette and I have some really fun topics to talk about today, and I'm checking my phone to make sure we are live. So give me 1 second. And if you're watching us, please make sure you're hosting a watch party, sharing your group, and then make sure you're on the comments for us as well. Oh my goodness, here we go. Comments are there. Yvette, you want to give them a little rundown of what we're going to be talking about today?
Yeah. Well, first, I just want to welcome everybody. In case this is their first time ever listening to us, you are on Uncut and Unleashed. I don't know which one is which because we both play Uncut and Unleashed, and we both keep it real. But anyway, this is your home to everything authentic and real within the wedding industry. And we really just want to serve our community by being Uncut, Unleashed, and bringing topics that are real and relevant right now in wedding planning regarding the wedding industry and couples that are planning their weddings. So we'll keep you informed and keep bringing you resources. Real quick, before we get started, Geo and I have been, seems like a long time, but that long time has gone by so fast, been working on some really great things. I just want to always keep mentioning, number one, we're always here for free consultations. We do 30-minute consultations. Number two, we are still doing our August 8th giveaway at Mia Bella. It is valued for over $4,000. The deadline to enter is going to be June 8th, and we'll do the big reveal. So, and you can find all that information on our private pages, our business pages, which is Mia Bella Houston, Pop-Up Wedding Houston. And then obviously I'm Yvette Valdenegro, and that, wait, right?
Yeah,
This way?
Geovanna.
Yeah. Okay, next is we have created some 4 amazing pop-up options that really fit the needs for everybody right now. So again, we'll go and look at our pages to see what all that entails. I cannot believe we have been doing a engagement boot camp. That sounds like I'm from a foreign country. Boot camp. Boot camp. But I can't believe it's almost over. We have the most precious couples. They've been so sweet and really to know. But anyway, we are doing another boot in June. So if you're interested in discussing 6 of the most important topics that you need to be discussing before you get married, then I would definitely look into all that information and sign up ASAP. Continue to be interactive on Uncut and Unleashed, and we have all our resources always in the unit section for all the things that we are talking about. That transitions into today, this day. Today we are going to quickly, and I do mean quickly because I really want to have happy things today, discuss or recap the past 2 weeks. We did the lives and we really did focus in on the reopening in Texas and what that primarily means for the venues. The first time we got on, we had, I think, over 3,300 views of people that came and listened. I really think it's because, number one, the reopening of Texas and all the questions and all of the that it brought up for everybody as far as like, how are we going to even, what were the guidelines? How is this all going to happen? So people quickly started, getting together, brainstorming, talking about safety, what it means for the venues, what it means financially, blah, blah, blah. Just go back and watch those episodes if, 1, you are a venue, number 2, you are wanting to get married anytime soon, because you'll want to know what it means moving forward as far as safety and the actual how are the venues going to be opening. And then we also really talked about safety. So again, go to our Uncut and Unleashed in the unit section, and we put together a PDF that kind of describes all of the safety concerns that were discussed on that on those 2 episodes. And then this last time, I think the 2 things that came up that were very practical but very informative were, what is it really going to look like for to or not to include dancing? And things that this is so little, but so important. One of the cake decorators had brought up the fact that some of the venues and or people are saying, hey, you need to have something covering the cake because obviously that's food that is out and about. And then you know what that means with the open air. So then that went into, well, what does that mean? And of course, the professionals that are in the industry were starting to come up with some really great ideas and how to constructively make sure that safety is still in the forefront. So again, go back to those episodes. You want to add anything?
No, I just want to get to the happiness of today and just being Memorial Day weekend and talk about an amazing pop-up wedding we just did on Saturday. So, you know, we're all in this together. Yvette and I are completely real and raw. We don't ever want to lie about what we're doing or what we're not doing. For those of you guys who know, I own Mia Bella Houston, and we have decided to not reopen the doors until August 1st because we, you know, our priority right now is our staff, our guests, their guests, and really just testing the reopening. We don't want to just jump and start doing things the wrong way. So we are still focusing on amazing couples that we're serving. Yvette and I have already done 11 pop-up weddings, 11. Some, you know, we have the 3 options, the free, the 90 minutes for $850, the 90 minutes if you want it all. And this weekend we partnered up with LG, and Lewis was here, Nick was here, and we were able to do live streaming at Mia Bella. It was amazing. And it was a test. We wanted to see how it would work in the venue. We also wanted to give our couples guests these amazing views and angles. And it was just so cool to be in it. They did Zoom, and then from Zoom, they streamed it into a private Facebook event, and we were able to have 4 different angles, 4 different setups. And so it was just amazing to be part of the new norm, to still be able to create this amazing 10-person pop-up wedding for a client who was going to have a 300-person wedding. So I remember her mom saying when she left, like, she literally got everything that she wanted in those 90 minutes or those 2 hours that we did this wedding. And yeah, it's not easy. I mean, Yvette's used to doing them because this is her business. We've done some here and everything's trial and error, but the guests had a great time. The bride and the groom, I mean, we were crying when they were doing their vows. Like, it was just so amazing to be able to create a difference and still be able to give that couple exactly what they wanted. Because right now I feel that everyone's like, oh, we just can't do anything. And COVID's just you know, we can't be happy. We can't get married. You can still do it. People are doing it. So we kind of just wanted to talk about that and how fun it was. And the streaming, I think, was kind of, for me, out of this world, because we were able to see the bride at one point when she was getting her vows given to her. We were giving the groom was being able to be seen when he was doing his, her walking down the aisle, the views and expressions on the guest's face. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I also know that we have some amazing wedding planners in our community who wanted us to talk about really restarting your business. How do you move forward? How do you re-engage with your clients? And I think that's a really important topic that we're going to leave towards the end. But why don't we give our couples and our wedding industry experts a breakdown on what Pop-Up Wedding Houston is, because you are the OG, you are the creator of Pop-Up Weddings. And I do think that if
my kids could hear you say OG right now, I think they'd die. They're like, that's why you guys are really good friends, because she speaks the same language you do. I don't call myself the OG, but I call other people the OG.
You are the original creator of Pop-Up Wedding Houston, of the mini weddings, the micro weddings, everything small. And I'm so blessed for your partnership, but I think we should explain it, because a lot of couples may not know what that is. And I think a lot of people in our industry are starting to learn what that is and what it should be. So why don't you kind of give us a little breakdown on Pop-Up Wedding Houston?
Okay. Well, first, I just want to say, yes, the terms out there, pop-up, I took that one actually from a company in Australia. Micro, small, intimate, petite, whatever it is, whatever word you want to use, it just means it's a smaller version of a wedding. And in that is the awesome ability to express whatever you want. primarily, I mean, we've seen the 30-minute in out done by Sia. People want to do those. 90 minutes seems to be kind of the starting point for a pop-up, because that allows you enough time to do the ceremony, taking pictures afterwards, doing toast, cake, hanging out, and then staying, if you're going to stay wherever you are, to something to eat or move on to go do something to eat, or just that's it. I've had all kinds of clients do all kinds of things over the years, and it all works. But as we're moving forward into the new normal, it is absolutely continuing to be a thing. Now it's funny because it is a thing now to do these smaller weddings. And so, yes, I cannot tell you how awesome it was to, one, just to be back doing weddings again, all these weddings that, after 2 months of nothing, and then all of a sudden we're doing weddings again. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. But I wrote some just highlights, because instead of like just describing like, what is a pop-up? It's like, okay, let me just tell you what happened, because these to me are the highlights of what makes this incredible. First of all, we had we had two different weddings this weekend. One was, I guess you would just say, a smaller condensed version of just like more of the in-out quick wedding. And then the second one was more of a pop-up that had a lot more elements to it. So I just want to I just wrote down a couple things. Number one, I think one of the highlights for me, the first wedding we did was international. So what does that mean? The bride was from the UK. The groom was here from Houston. Their family was from all around the world. Would you like to know what the most important thing for them was? To have everything on that laptop and on their phones, and all the people that were watching. She was ecstatic. I think it was honestly the quickest wedding I've ever seen. As far as efficient, he's like, here's you, you're now married. Yay. That's pretty much what it was. It doesn't matter. It all worked. But it was international. So they had their laptops and they completely filmed everything. And so and I have it on tape. I'm going to post it on our social media. She is so excited after they get married, talking to her dad, and it seemed like her brother, and they were all there, and it was just as memorable. But it was like, oh my gosh, this is going international. That's what's really cool about it. She had a flower girl in her wedding that was to die for, adorable. Kind of stole the show, but it doesn't matter. She was adorable. So that was a highlight. And this is all within a very short, what someone would say, very small. And that's the other thing about pop-ups. People think, oh, well, I'm not going to get a lot out of my wedding, or it won't be as memorable. It won't be as special. I would ask you to ask these two brides that got married this weekend if it was not memorable. And they would say, hell yes, it was super memorable and super fun. Both of them, I think this is key, had a professional photographer and videographer. So there was professionals taking the pictures that you'll want for a lifetime, and a video that you're going to want to keep for a lifetime. For anybody who might have missed the live, now you've got it and you get to see it, and you have the memory of what it was, what it was about. I thought that was key. Then I want to describe real quickly how you can make a pop-up custom. And this is just one client. What I'm about to tell you is just one client what they chose to do, and this is jam-packed. Number one, the bride was in a sorority, and she was in Alpha Kappa Alpha, and so after they got married, her and her mom, they're both in the same sorority. So yes, 200 sorority sisters were not there, but these ladies sang to each other. It was on all the viral, so everybody got to see them doing it or singing. They sang their sorority song to each other. It was so beautiful, and I had to laugh because I'm like, not everybody can sing like they could sing too. I mean, they were really good singers. Beautiful singing. So it was like, oh my gosh, this is so special. But talk about customizing. She still had a bridal party that was full and very involved. The couple did not see each other until the bride walked down the aisle. So they were in separate places. They had a custom list of songs that they played throughout the entire time that they were there that they got to pick out. They took tons of pictures after the ceremony, so no moment was missed or no person was missed. They had a toast. They had people doing toasts. I mean, it was still the full on, like, let me share with you. I want to, give you my speech. They did the cutting of the cake. They did their first dance, mother-son dance, and father-daughter dance. They mingled. They had a grand exit that was, again, fun. These
Yes.
guys had a lot of, they loved interacting. So they did a whole soul train with 10 people, but it felt like it was bigger than 10 people because the music was loud. They had a really good time. They were hyping it up, and every single person there was completely involved. So they did the soul train as the couple walked out the door. Okay. And this is funny to me. In really, really large weddings, sometimes people do faux exits because they want to kind of get it done with the most amount of people there before later on the night when a lot of people go home. They still did a faux exit where they went out and then they came back in, changed their clothes, and then they went out again. I thought, God, this is so funny. They're doing exactly the same elements in that a big wedding does. And their wedding party decorated their car, their exit car for on the way home. It said just married on the back of their car. So nothing. They got everything they wanted within the amount of time that they were there. So it was smaller, but it was jam-packed and amazing, which the last thing on my list, and I know Gio will probably do a lot more details about this. It dawned on me when we were, watching the, and actually I think it was 5 angles that Lewis told me, but anyway, I could be wrong. Anyway, it's a lot of angles. So you saw, here they're getting married, here they're cutting the cake. There wasn't anything you didn't miss if you were sitting at home watching their ceremony. But I thought to myself, right now the lemons are, I can only invite 10, 20, 25 people or whatever to these smaller weddings. So that's the lemons. The lemonade was, you can invite as many people as you want to watch a virtual wedding. So all those guest counts, when people go, oh gosh, I could easily invite 600 people, but I can't do 600 people. Well, you know what? You can still now invite 600 people to a wedding, be completely involved with a 5 million gazillion different angles. I mean, there was angles for days everywhere. So that LG did an amazing job, and it was a test run, but who cares, because they know what they're doing. So now, I'm sure they know the pros and cons to all different kinds of things, but they had their setup, they had their monitors, they had all the different angles. So they did a great job.
Yeah.
Great job.
I was very impressed, and I'm so glad that I was, again, blessed to have the team that I have, blessed to have LG on our crew, and just being able to work through the kinks. I mean, even 30 minutes before, we were working through audio and visual and just making sure that it could be as perfect as you want it. And I do. So this is the reason why we're talking about this today, because this is the new norm for a while. And I really do think, the wedding industry will come back. It may not be as soon as we want it to be, but what can we do in the meantime? How can we keep on embracing this change and understanding that we may be spring 2021, still no cure, no vaccine. Yes, we're still going to have weddings, and we're going to make sure that we're following the rules or regulations. But now 50 people, 100 people that originally were going to fly in, or we're going to come in from out of town, or maybe grandma and grandpa still aren't, no, they're not coming out. This is going to be how they're able to be part of this. So you are almost like making history while history is changing. So you're like in this amazing part of, we're this is COVID. It's not going anywhere. We're not, we want it to go away. It's not going anywhere. But instead of saying, let's just wait till it's gone, we're just going to say, let's adapt to these new changes. Let's have the live streaming. Let's make sure that everyone's still involved. They can dress up from home. They can be in their pajamas. They can decide to watch just the end or the beginning. Whatever it is, they can still be part of. So you're not leaving anyone behind. And for those couples who are still, there's couples out there that aren't going to be able to have the wedding. Maybe they lost their job. Maybe their budget now went from, $20,000 to $10,000. You can still have the wedding that you wanted. It just happened. Yes. We are living proof in seeing it. So wherever we can help, and this is why we have this podcast, this is why we have our group. We've also seen 3 other stories of couples in Houston who have shared their amazing stories of their mini weddings, pop-up weddings, ceremonies on our page. And that to us is just, it's exactly what we've been working towards. It's exactly what we've been wanting to do. And now it's on paper, and it's in pictures, and it's on video. And I was talking to their wedding planner, because they also had a full-time wedding planner. And that's like videography, a different type of videography. Live streaming is like a whole nother type of videography. And you can maybe not afford a videographer. That can be your video. You pay for the streaming service and then you have someone else edit it for you later. Like this is the new way and it's great. And we need to embrace it and we need to be part of it. And we need to start to figure out how, because this is a question that Yvette and I has been asked and I have been asked. How do we educate other venues? How do we educate other wedding planners? How do we educate the industry to move forward with this? Well, perfect. Call us. We're going to give you our services for free. Yes, Pop-Up Wedding Houston has an exclusive contract at Nia Bella. We are changing the prices because everything that we're doing right now is pretty much for free. Again, we're real, we're raw. We're not making any money. We really aren't. So I want people to understand that. But we're not making any money.
Yeah, look at my bank account. We're not making any money.
We're testing this because we want to understand what the new norm is going to look like. And so, yes, the prices will be going up, but that also means that other venues can hire Yvette. That also means other wedding planners can be trained and understand by Yvette and by me. Like we do consultations, we do coaching. We can have the same business plan because it is a business plan and apply it to anything. And it doesn't have to be a wedding venue. It can be a location. It can be a restaurant, anything.
A restaurant, yeah.
Wedding Houston was already a thing before this. And
in
now
your home.
Yes. And now we're just adapting it to what works best for the couples. And then same thing, we are doing the pop-up wedding ceremonies now and the celebrate later. That's an option for any venue, rental space, restaurant. If you still want to have something next year, and I've been telling all of our couples, book on your 1-year anniversary or later, we're going to accommodate you here again. You're going to be able to put on that dress, that suit. Your bridal party wants to dress up again. Great. We're going to have an awesome party next year, and you're going to be able to have the videos, the live streaming, the pictures of your ceremony from 2020, and then have this amazing celebration in 2021. So what we're doing is literally changing the wedding industry. I know that's a crazy thing, but we're changing it. We want other people to get on board with us. We have amazing partners that are already testing this. So LG is definitely, the streaming service will always be part of their business plan going forward. They've also been testing it in their offices. So all of this is not just like it's just a thing for now. This is how business plans get created. This is how businesses are born. And this is what we want to give back to you. So if anything spoke to you from this, from a photographer to a venue to a wedding planner, we are here available to teach you these ways. And the more we stand together and the more of us that do this, we are literally going to be changing couples' lives who think they cannot have their wedding. And I don't want to see that at all.
You know, that was, I swear for me personally as a wedding planner, that was the takeaway. First of all, I had to laugh. I was exhausted. It was a long day on Saturday. It's like, you're like, okay, this is all for free. That's fine. And you think, oh, it's probably not going to be that involved or what. No, I was just as exhausted getting into my car, going home. I was starving to death because, we didn't eat all day. I barely drank any water, but it was like, it's.
Did I lose you? I lost Yvette. Hold on. Hold tight. Give me 1 second. Comments.
Thing was there. Am I going in and out?
Yes, I just lost you. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Hit refresh on your end because you're frozen.
Okay, hold on.
Sorry, technical difficulties on Memorial Day. We lost Yvette. Okay, I'm going to keep on going while she comes back on. So what we're going to wrap up exactly what we were just talking about was it's really important to make sure that you are now educating couples on that this is the new norm and you still will be able to have your wedding. COVID's not making anything go away. Like love will always win. We've already been through this with our couples from Noah's, which God bless them because I do have couples from the Noah's venue that shut down in February. I have rescheduled their wedding now 2 times. So we are finding these ways. We are making it work, but it's only us. So we need you. We need the community to come together and embrace the newness.
Okay, am I back?
Yes, you're back.
Okay, I just want to reiterate the thing going home when I was processing everything. I was like, this was still, I shouldn't say still, this was fun. And it was like fun in a new way. It was I don't know. I was like, this was not a downer at all. This was still really invigorating and incredible, and the joy that people still had. And I gotta be honest, and I know we're good at what we do, but it wasn't stressful. I didn't feel like anybody. There was not one person that was let down. It, the client seemed to be like ecstatic about just getting married. And so moving forward, it's like nothing's lost. If you feel like right now with your wedding and your planning and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is so downer, and I feel like this is not what I really wanted, I just want to encourage you. It can be everything that you want. The creativity that we have, other vendors have, the wedding industry wants to move forward. They want to work with you. I mean, I'm like, just embrace it and just go for it, because honestly, you have nothing to lose and everything more to gain. I think it'd be worse to not get married when you really want to get married, waiting for something that may never happen, versus just go for the gusto and make it the best that you can. And I can almost guarantee you that you're not going to feel let down that you're doing something smaller. And if you don't believe me, even before COVID started, go on my Facebook page or Yelp, read the reviews. Most of the clients, what they say to me are, Yvette, this is way more than I anticipated. The service that I got, the feeling that I got, and really more importantly for them, the experience that they had in a quote unquote shorter amount of time. They did not feel let down with that shorter amount of time. But I mean, I was so excited. And later on that night, the picture you sent me with your little toes hanging out of your bathtub, I thought, see, she's tired too. That's the same thing. I mean, it's like, it was work, but it was a joy to do the work.
Yeah.
I mean, it was awesome.
Which I think is a good way to kind of wrap up pop-up weddings now, because a lot of people are going to be asking this, and I'm already seeing some stuff in the comments, is like, obviously Yvette's already been doing pop-up weddings. It's not like we just invented it. She's the original. She's been doing it, but we're doing it now, like making sure we're taking care of the clients in the moment, understanding what they want. And this wedding we just booked like 2 weeks ago. It wasn't like we've been working on it. Like most of these pop-ups we're doing the week before and the week after. And so what I want to make sure is that you understand that we also have a very solidified team who is on board with making these decisions with us. So again, here I am disrupting and speaking my mind. A lot of people, when I became a venue owner, did not understand why they couldn't be on my list. Like, why can't you be on my vendor list? If you guys know me, I don't even call my vendors vendors. They are my collaborating partners. I do not have a staff at Vella. It is me. I am one of the only venue owners that's working their events. It is extremely important to me that whoever is on my collaborating partner list, and this is not only just the vendor side, the wedding planning side as well, is in the right mindset, that they can understand that this is how we are moving forward as a venue. Some people aren't ready. Some people aren't ready, and they don't understand, and they think, oh, I'm waiting for it to go back. Yvette and I have been on the same page since day one, and we've had these conversations with our partners to make sure they're on the same page. And it's okay if they're not, but I'm not going to make somebody do something that doesn't work for them and it doesn't feel right for them. Because again, right, we are trying to change what the wedding industry should look like, and we're trying to do it for what's best for our clients, not what's best for me, not what's best for Yvette. It's what's best for the couple, and really what it is that they want and what we can do. And we're definitely not promising our clients the world. We're not promising everything on their list, but we're saying, you know what? These 5 things are important to you. These are the 5 things we're going to do. And these are the people that are going to help us do it. This is my team that's going to help us do it. So you have to understand that sometimes, and especially with business, you have to have the right people, the right place at the right time. And if someone's not ready, it's okay. Like, we have to understand that. And 2, we also have to, back to the client, if you don't promise something you can't deliver. And Yvette and I have been very open with our clients, not just for the pop-up weddings. I've been very open with my clients that are touring for
moving forward.
Yes, that are booking for weddings this year and next year. I don't want to have my clients be in a situation that they are now. Nobody knew that was going to happen, but I can definitely educate my clients on where I stand as a venue owner, where my team stands as a collaborating partner team, and what we want to do to ensure that their wedding will be as close as what they want in 2021. So with that being said, I think that helps on the question that was earlier. How do I restart my business? How do I go back and start engaging with my couples? Like, where do I start? Well, first, you start with yourself. Are you ready? Like, are you ready? And do you understand what the new regulations are? Because if you don't, and you're going to start doing things what you think is the right way, you're already starting off on the bad foot. You're setting yourself up for failure. So understand the guidelines. Understand that things are still changing. Understand that what we're doing today may not be next week or next month, and that you can kind of embrace the change and be okay with it going either back or forward. 2, do you have a supportive team? You can't do this alone. Even I couldn't have done this without Yvette. Yvette couldn't have done this without me. I couldn't have done it without Lewis and his team. I couldn't have done it with my baker. Like, we are a team. So have you spoken to that team? That's number 2. And number 3, do you feel comfortable talking to the client? Because you may be okay with it. You may have your team, but you still don't know how to talk about it, right? Because it's not easy. So I think,
No, it's not.
I think you start there. Those are your top 3 things. And then call us. Like, I cannot tell you, if you're a couple, if you're in whatever you are doing and it's wedding related, call us. Like, we're giving these consultations for free. We have a calendar that we can send you. You can just pop in your 30 minutes. If you need more time, of course, we'll give you more time. We do have paid services, but we are here to help you, and we're here to help you move forward. So no matter what situation you're in, couple, vendor, anything wedding, we are here to serve you. And so if that's something that you need, however you want to reach out to us, DM us, email us, we are available to schedule this consultation so that we can be a bigger and larger team for all of the clients who need us right now, because that's what they're looking for. And if you're not there, it's okay. There's going to people that be ahead. There's people that are still behind. There's still people who think that things are going to go back to normal. It's okay to be in those mindsets and those state of mind, but we do have to move forward. Like, that is the number 1 priority for all of us. So the business side and the wedding, the couple side, we have to move forward. We're not going to let this hold us back. And again, we're the test. We've been doing this since March. We've been doing them, following the rules, testing it out, having these conversations 24 hours later, what worked, what didn't work, and having this group where we're serving, where we're here to give you as many answers as we can, and to be available for you. So with that, I'm going to wrap up my part. I'll let Yvette close this out, but just don't feel scared or worried. There's no wrong questions. We don't have all the answers, but we do have a lot of experience, a lot of tools and resources, and we are living, breathing people that are doing it right now with our clients. Like, we already have been putting these services in effect for the last 12 weeks. So we will be back next Monday with another fun topic, but I'll let Yvette wrap us up in closing thoughts.
Okay, a couple of things. One, I love sports. So right now, I always think of these things in my head, but this is all I could think of when you were talking. It's like planning to me, it's like plan and pivot right now. And in basketball, pivot means that you have one foot anchored and then the other, while you have the ball in your hand, and then you can take your other foot and you can move it around, but you have to keep your foot anchored on the ground. That is your anchor, but you're moving at the same time. And when you're anchored and you're in basketball and you have the ball, you have 3 options. You can pass, you can dribble, or you can shoot. Right now, we've got the same thing going on. We are planning, but we are pivoting, and it's like, well, we've got the past, we've got the present, and we got the future. In those pivots, you're going to make the right move. And moving forward in your planning, just like we keep always mentioning our plan A through D, there is a way to plan for weddings in the future. You do not have to be stuck. You do not have to be full of anxiety and stress and wondering. If you plan and you pivot and you're prepared for that future, then when the future comes, you have it all mapped out so that there's no anxiety. It's like it's anxiety free. So I want to welcome anybody who feels stuck to contact us, and we'll help you move that ball down the court. Ha 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 ha. Love that. And then I just want to say that I wish when I first started out my 12 years ago in the wedding industry, I definitely had a support system because I was involved with a coordinating group and through text messages and meetings and stuff, we definitely had a community of people. When I started the pop-up business, one, everybody thought I was crazy for doing smaller micro weddings back then. They're like, Yvette, nobody wants to do these, and here we are. But I wish that I was a lone soldier out there. I think because I got tired of hearing all the negativity. It was just like negative. I was like, listen, I really believe in this concept. I believe that people want to do it. And I really want to give people the availability to keep having their weddings and not blow their checkbooks, on $100,000 weddings when they really can't afford them. I want to be able to give a new option. Anyway, I wish I would have found someone like Geo 4 years ago when I started this. Am I doing it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I just think, wow, if we could have teamed up 4 years ago, if we could have supported each other 4 years ago, if I could have bounced ideas off of her, she can have bounced ideas after her, and having someone you can really trust and gets it and is on the same wavelength, it goes so much further than when you're just trying to do. I mean, I ask myself questions all the time. I am so wrong. I hope my kids aren't listening to me. I'm only wrong a little bit, but no, I am so wrong all the time. And I have been like, I'm going to move it this way, and I'm going to move it this way. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. Is this the best thing? That's the best thing. I'm asking myself, really? I need to be asking other people who have been through it, who have small businesses. And let's just face it, it's hard enough being an entrepreneur on your own.
Yes.
Then if you are a woman business, that's even harder. And some people may think, no, it's not, but it is. And then if you are a minority,
yep,
so that is like the ball just gets harder and harder and harder to move down the court. Anyway, push through it, been through it. And now we just want to say we're here. Neither one. I know I don't think I am like the Taj Mahal as far as like everything goes business. Hell no. I'm still learning. You would not even believe the growth that we go through all the time. But that doesn't mean we can't help someone. We may know something a little bit more than someone else. So that's what we're here for, to help anybody who needs information, needs resources, needs a support system, and definitely wants to talk to someone who's already been through those dirty roads of grinding.
Well, we will have a recap of all of this in our group. So if you're not following us, make sure you go to Uncut and Unleashed. I want to do a quick recap on pop-up wedding giveaway. We are wrapping that up. I think June, what did we just say the cutoff? June 8th is our cutoff. So if you have not signed up for your free pop-up, 8/8/20, we are giving away one free pop-up on 8/8/20. And then we're also doing 3 additional pop-ups at a discounted price. So make sure you visit Pop-Up Wedding Houston or Mia Bella Houston for that information. But again, the most important thing today is that we are pushing through this. We have hosted 11 pop-ups already. Our test this weekend with LG went fantastic. I can actually go and see the live stream at Mia Bella Houston. You can see it at Pop-Up Wedding Houston, and you can also see it with our partners at LG Event Pro. So if you just want to get a taste and feel and just go in and maybe fast forward through a few things, you can look at the 5 different angles. You can look at the amazing job that Nick and Lewis did with capturing those moments at the right time, as if you were here at a wedding. And again, the most important thing for us is to serve you, to answer your questions. So please make sure you're sending us those questions. And if you need to book a consultation with us, we are available to consult, coach, therapy, whatever it is that you need. We are going to get through this together.
Therapy.
Whatever you need, it can be therapy. And I kind of want to say that in June, we are going to have some amazing guests. I'm not going to tell you yet because I want to have the anticipation. Or should we? No, I'm not going to say it yet.
Don't say it.
Remember, we're on every Monday at 12:30. Rain, shine, Memorial Day, Christmas. I think we would still be on if it was Christmas. But every Monday at 12:30, you can see us here. And we're going to have some amazing guests this month. So we are moving forward together. We are moving forward as a team. We are here for you. Thank you so much for watching us again and for the comments and the love. Lewis was not on today, our ambassador, but he is giving us so many hearts and likes and just says
He's
that
with us in faith.
See, I got a question. Do you see, I love this. Where do you see the wedding industry in 2 years? Oh, I love it. So I can answer that real quick before we jump off. And I definitely think we have already talked about options A through D. That's already a blueprint that we have. I think we definitely have to give our time and services in educating our client on what the new norm is. And I also think that this is finally going to give couples the understanding and realization of what they really want for a wedding. I think this time off and thinking like this copy and paste, and I'm going to have this Pinterest wedding, they are going to start to realize what's important to them, and having this one day be an amazing reflection of both of their personalities, of both of their styles, and say, you know what? I love my mom and dad, and I love everybody else who wants to give me their input, but this is a wedding I'm going to have. I'm going to do it my way, and it's going to be bigger and better than everything else. So when people are like, oh, the wedding industry is dead, it's not dead. If anything, we're reviving it. We're disrupting it. And there's going to be a completely new way of wedding planning, and people need to get on board with us. We need to move forward as a community, because change is good. I promise you. We've all been through it, and it's all in how you think about it and your mindset that's going to get us that next new norm, which is it's 2020. Why not? Okay, done with my way. What do you think? 2 years.
Okay, real quick. I was just going to say, I had 2 words, and I use these words all the time: experience and adventure. I think moving forward now, I mean, people are so creative, from the clients that I meet to the vendors that I meet. People come up with the most amazing ideas. So I think this is the time that people, like you just said, they're going to start going, what do I really want? Well, they're going to want to start creating experiences. I think because when you now get together and have a celebration, I think it's going to be more important, like, what makes it a celebration? Is it 200 people that make it a celebration? Nope. It's what is happening with the people that you're celebrating with. So it can be as intimate as 2 people to 20 people to 50 people, whatever. You can still, so those little fun details. So experience is everything. And then I think the adventurous side of people are going to come out, and they're going to be more willing to do things that they wouldn't have considered. And that's everything from their wedding to their honeymoons. I think services, as far as like giving back to the community, are going to be, there was kind of a trend about, I don't know, 4 to 5 years ago, where it seemed like couples were wanting to, whether it was a destination wedding or do something that was more involved with engaging with giving back.
Yes.
I think that's going to be more of a thing. I know this is crazy, but going green, I think that we're going to see weddings going more green, from organic food all the way to how food is served and the things that we're using to serve. I mean, I can go on and on about this, but I really think that
we should have an episode just of the future of the
my God, we
okay.
Done.
The next episode, which is June, is it June 1st? Yes. Okay, June 1st, we will talk about the weddings of the future. I love it. Like new trends, new styles.
Hey, you need to wear all your Star Wars gear.
Oh, I will wear my Star Wars gear. And if anybody has topics or wants to put hey, I've been telling people you can come on to our show. If you want a little segment, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is that you want, come on, jump on our show. We'll have it open to the public June 1st, and we're going to be talking about futures of weddings, new trends and styles. I love it. Well, we're going to let everyone go because we definitely went over our time. I mean, did we have time? We can have time to do whatever we want. But
this is Uncut and Unleashed.
We do know it's Memorial Day, and we do know that some of you are with your families. So again, thank you for watching us, for your support. We are here for you. Whatever we missed, you can comment on the replay. Make sure you're sharing, tagging, posting, and hosting your own watch parties on your groups. If there's anything else that you need from us, again, we are available in our DMs. You can go to Pop Up Wedding Houston, Mia Bella Houston, or Just Engage University. Bye, everyone.
Bye.